Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to another exciting episode on our YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of curious minds. Today, we're about to embark on a journey that's quite unlike any we've taken before. A journey that transcends the constraints of time and space. Yes, you heard that right. We're going on a time-traveling adventure. Buckle up as we introduce you to Jack and Jill, two ordinary individuals about to experience something extraordinarily out of the ordinary. Get ready to dive into the rich tapestry of history where we'll rub shoulders with emperors, witness revolutions, and maybe even alter the course of time itself. So sit back, grab a snack, and let's get this time-traveling journey started. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be part of history's most significant events? Well, our characters didn't either until one day. A typical Tuesday it was, when our unsuspecting duo, Jack and Jill, stumbled upon a peculiar device. A curious contraption that was nothing short of a cosmic hiccup in the fabric of reality. A time machine. They were ordinary folks, Jack, a high school teacher with a knack for history, and Jill, a spirited archaeologist, always on the hunt for the next big discovery. Little did they know their lives were about to take an extraordinary turn. The device, as it turned out, was a gateway, a portal to the past, a window through time. Activated by chance, a whirl of lights, a hum that shook the earth, and then silence. The world around them morphed, leaving them disoriented, and just like that they found themselves in the midst of a bustling Roman marketplace, centuries away from home. Imagine waking up and finding yourself in ancient Rome. It's exactly what happened to our time travelers. Talk about a culture shock. One moment, they're sipping lattes in the 21st century. The next, they're in the heart of the Roman Empire, surrounded by bustling marketplaces, grand architecture, and toga-clad citizens. It's like walking into a history book, except this is no ordinary field trip. This is real life, or at least it's their reality now. Our travelers, as you can imagine, are a bit taken aback. They're trying to blend in, but it's like trying to hide a hippo in a hamster cage. Their attire, their language, their mannerisms, everything about them screams outsider. So they do what any sensible time traveler would do. They go shopping for togas. While exploring the city, they stumble upon an animated crowd gathered around a prominent figure. Yes, they've just walked into one of Cicero's famous speeches. Intrigued, they edge closer, trying to make sense of the Latin discourse. One of our travelers, let's call him Joe, has a few years of high school Latin under his belt. He decides to impress his companions by translating Cicero's speech. But Joe's Latin is a bit rusty. Instead of translating the speech about civic duty and moral virtue, he ends up hilariously misinterpreting it as a discourse on the importance of maintaining a good diet and regular exercise. The crowd, initially confused, starts to chuckle. Even Cicero can't help but laugh. And just like that, our time travelers inadvertently add a humorous twist to a historically significant event. But as we've learned, time is a fickle companion. Just when they're starting to enjoy their Roman holiday, the familiar sensation of time slipping away creeps in. Their surroundings blur, the sounds fade, and before they can say "Veni, vidi, vici," they're catapulted through time once more. But before they could even process what had happened, they were whisked away to another era. The American Revolution was a time of great change, and our characters were about to add their own twist to it. Picture this, folks. Our intrepid time travelers, still reeling from their Roman escapade, suddenly find themselves smack dab in the middle of America's fight for independence. Talk about a change of scenery. One moment they're dodging gladiators, the next they're dodging musket balls. You'd think by now they'd have learned to keep a low profile. But no, not our heroes. They're too busy being in the thick of things, soaking up history like sponges. And while they're at it, they somehow manage to bungle their way into a pivotal moment. Imagine this. They're wandering around trying to blend in when they stumble upon a clandestine meeting. The air is thick with revolution, and they're suddenly privy to the Continental Congress's deepest secrets. Of course, they don't realize this until they're knee-deep in a debate about independence. Now, it's all fun and games until someone hands them a quill. And in a classic case of right place, wrong time, or should we say wrong century, they inadvertently end up signing the Declaration of Independence. Yes, you heard it right. Our hapless heroes, in their quest to be mere observers, have become active participants in history, but it doesn't stop there. As if signing one of the most important documents in human history wasn't enough, they also find themselves helping with a certain lantern-lighting escapade. You know the one, right? One if by land, two if by sea. That's right, thanks to a comic mix-up, our travellers end up playing a crucial role in Paul Revere's famous Midnight Ride. Through their blunders and mishaps, our characters add a dash of humour and an unexpected twist to the pages of history, and yet they remain oblivious to their impact. Too caught up in their topsy-turvy adventure. But as they say, time waits for no one, and once again they were thrust into a new era. And now, folks, it's time for a detour from our heroes' antics to consider something a bit more theoretical. Ever heard of the grandfather paradox? It's a conundrum that often pops up in discussions about time travel. The idea is simple. What happens if you travel back in time and accidentally prevent your grandparents from meeting? Would you cease to exist? Or would you create an alternate timeline? Pretty mind-boggling, right? Now, our characters haven't done anything quite that drastic, but they've certainly left their mark on history, and that got us thinking, what if their actions have ripple effects? Imagine this, their innocent blunders, their well-meaning interventions. What if these small changes lead to bigger ones? What if, because of their actions, history as we know it starts to shift? It's a tantalizing and terrifying prospect, isn't it? A world where the American Revolution takes a different turn, or where Rome never falls. It's enough to make your head spin. But don't worry, we're not about to turn this into a horror story. Our heroes are still blissfully unaware of the potential consequences of their actions. And for now at least, history seems to be holding steady. But it's a reminder of the power and the danger of time travel. The ability to change the past is a double-edged sword, capable of creating as many problems as it solves. So as our heroes continue their journey through time, let's hope they tread lightly. Because as we've seen, even the smallest action can have far-reaching consequences. And who knows what the future, or should we say the past, holds in store for them. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this time-traveling adventure, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting content. From ancient Rome to the American Revolution, our characters have been on quite the adventure. Just imagine. One moment you're in the 21st century, the next you're rubbing shoulders with gladiators in the Colosseum or sharing a table with Thomas Jefferson. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi novel, doesn't it? Well, for our time travelers, it was a reality they had to navigate. In ancient Rome, they found themselves in the midst of a bustling market, trying to barter for goods using modern English. The confusion and hilarity that followed as they attempted to converse with the locals was a sight to behold. But it wasn't all just fun and games. The encounter with a disgruntled gladiator was a harsh reminder of the harsh realities of that era. Then, in a blink of an eye, they were transported to the American Revolution. The smell of gunpowder filled the air, and the passionate cries of revolutionaries echoed around them. Quite the departure from the Roman market, wouldn't you say? They even found themselves having a casual chat with Thomas Jefferson, unknowingly providing him with a few ideas for the Declaration of Independence. Talk about leaving your mark on history. But the challenges they faced weren't just about adjusting to different eras. There was also the constant fear of altering history. Every action, every word spoken had the potential to change the course of events. It was like walking on eggshells, but with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. Yet amidst all the chaos and uncertainty, our time travelers found humor and even joy. They reveled in the chance to witness history unfold, to interact with figures they had only read about in books. It was a unique blend of fear, excitement and absurdity that made their journey unforgettable. And so, our time travelers learned that history is not just a subject in school, but a living, breathing entity that they had the privilege of experiencing firsthand.